Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today in, what is this place called? It's the first time I'm doing this. I even named last episode a map of Revachol, maybe, because I didn't know if we had one. And we have one! Look at all that! I can't drag and drop, that's actually what I wanted to do. I wanted to look at what I have. I was also thinking, I might have said this last episode, but I was thinking in between episodes that, and my throat is making weird noises, that the game is becoming suddenly a little bit more familiar in regards to just the pursuit of objectives rather than the sort of aimless haze that the first day was for me. Which in and of itself was a fantastic experience for sure, because it's so long anyway, so it's like, it's a full game. The first day is a full game. You got a full game right there. Absolutely, like, there's no question about that, and I don't know how many days we're gonna have. For all I know, it's gonna be a week or something like that. But we have Martinez. Also, the game was loading, and it's the fun for me. It's not necessarily funny, but it's weird. It was showing a loading screen, and in the loading screen there's those tooltips that show up, and it was teaching me how, or teaching us, or not, you weren't watching because I wasn't recording at the time, but how to pronounce Revachol and Martinez, I think, maybe, and it divided. For example, Revachol. Do you actually have the word on screen right now? I don't think we do. It was dividing it in syllables. In the French style of syllables, which, well, I say French style, it's not really how it works, it's the French syllables, which don't work like English syllables do, but the way it was pronounced, making the word easy to understand how it's pronounced, was capitalizing one of the syllables, and I have no idea what that means. In Portuguese, there's a, and I believe in English as well, but it's not said, or it's not spoken very much. There's the notion of a tonic syllable, which is the syllable that is the most pronounced. Like, for example, the way I pronounce Martinez, the syllable ne, which is not how English divides syllables. In English, this would be Martinez rather than Martinez, which is how French does it, and I believe that's how French does it. It's Portuguese does it for sure. But the way it's pronounced, it's Martinez, and that you get a higher note. I suppose it's not really a note, but because I could say Martinez, and that would be the T would be the tonic syllable, and I believe that might be what the all capitals in Revachol is, but I don't pronounce it like that, because I pronounce it like the Portuguese would pronounce Revachol, which is on the all at the end would be the tonic syllable, because that's just how Portuguese works. So if it were to be re, it would be Revachol, which sounds weird to me. Even in French sounds weird to me, so I don't know. Let's continue looking at these maps that we bought. We have a map of Martinez that we haven't looked at, and a map of Insulinde. And I believe that one was also in the loading screen. I didn't learn how to pronounce it. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Le Calo. You are here. You are there. Rather, another far, because of course I'm here. I'm also there in Le Calo. Another far away is in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme, the Isle of the Ghost. Actually, Phantom is it's a ghost. So what else do we have? Ozone, Laurentide, Face à la Mer. Is that how mer is written? I don't think it is. I believe it is with an accent there, or a little thing, and an E, and that's why it's la mer, because this would be... Anyway, it's not French. It's made-up word. Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic, which I believe is the name of the ocean, I suppose. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Kailo. Kailo? Whatever. In a bookstore, it's you. Says our inland empire. I'm gonna squint first. Can you see cities on the islands? You can, says the map wall, or rather, the narrator. On Cayo, Ravachol, a single black star. On a zone, Fond de l'Air and Vermondeux on archipelagos. Quaon, oh my god, I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. Quaon? Villot on Semenide, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas. That is a weird. That's all one syllable, by the way, in French. That is a weird one because I think it would be two, like quoi. Actually, that wouldn't be quoi, would it? No, it is. It stands for the I. It's like the OI would work the same as OY. So quoi. Lost little pearls of light, says our empathy. Tiny figures in the dark. And at the edges, the ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Mundi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. I don't actually know what an azimuth is. Isn't that what, like, when the sun is as far away from where you are as possible? Because the cosine... Isn't cosine just like a geometric thing? I don't know. Our Inland Empire says connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian. Unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. Our encyclopedia says, you have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, says our conceptualization, failing. An impossible check, I should point. Gods of distance and other dust. And outer dust. Aren't we just talking about, the continents? I think we are talking about the continents. Let's look at the map of Martinez. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. I was going to say guide. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there. And a little break for my coffee. I hate it. I hate my coffee. It tastes so bad. Oh, we got a thing. What do we have? Not a pry bar. Map of Martinez. A worn and torn map of Martinez, of the Martinez area, dating from 48. A title on the top reads, Bienvenue à Ravachol. It's a bit out of date, as it was originally created by a design studio in a failed attempt to spruce Martinez up and turn it into a fancy tourist location. The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48. So this would be 20 years before, somewhere, about 20 years before where we are right now, I think. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Interesting. The words reside, not the year. For a game that quotes so many things, that does the quotes so often, why didn't you put the quotes over there? Trace a path through the grid. Let's go ahead and do that. Your fingers move through... That's our shivers. What the heck is our shivers doing here? Or what is it specifically? Because I don't actually know what it is. Now I clicked on the wrong things. Shivers. Oh, I'm very bad at shivers. Shivers is tune it into the city. What? Shivers comes when the temperature drop. Yeah, at high level, shivers make you seem mad to the outside world. That sounds like a fun time. Let's see. Your finger moves through the various streets across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue de Saint-Cisper over Saint-Brune and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself. Did I succeed at that? Nice, but... Tutorial agent? What do you mean tutorial agent? For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and then map. Yes. Yes, yes. Put the map away. Thank you, tutorial agent. You're a darling. Okay. Well, I have a map, which is great, although I'm not actually aware of what is going on. So, excuse me. This is where we are. Yeah, that's where we are. I can identify the whirling in rags there. What a lovely building. What a lovely building. I mean, it's a lovely map as well. I really enjoy the clear lines and no fuss. I really like it a lot. And then we have buildings all over, which might mean, yeah, these are all locations that we have to go to. This is gonna be a good help for me to make sure I didn't miss anything. Also, I definitely didn't waste too much time ringing those doorbells, so we might be missing stuff over there. I could have spent, just to imagine that I could have spent the first 3 or 4 episodes, not the first 3 or 4 episodes, but like from episode 4 to 8 or something, just ringing at a doorbell. I didn't do it because of that, by the way. It was specifically because I knew it was going to be a weird start for a Let's Play. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. What books are these, I'm going to ask. Sir, please no borrowing in that... No browsing in that shelf. She narrows her eyes. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh, no. I'm not sure I know what she means by that. I'm not going to look through the thing then. She says not to do it. I'm not going to do it. But I also know I'm not going to ask anything else. The plaque on the shelf reads biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Yeah, I'm going to look through the display of books. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Not egotism, egoism. Which is the philosophy? Rather than the personality trait? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is a difference. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, quote, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Eero and Alfie Delatraz, unquote, by one Cecilia Averbrook. What is it about? High Speed Love, chronicles of romance between two of the finest tip-top tournée racers in history. One of them is the madman driver, Jacob Eero. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Eero's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, does that work? The eyeball, I don't, would that work? I think that doesn't sound like a thing. Does that, I mean, besides the obvious of needles in your eyes, eyeballs, I wouldn't think it works because of blood vessels. Because you have capillaries in the eyes. Maybe your eye nerve would be good. I don't know. Anyway, next to that, Ravacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days. I really must insist you buy one of the books, says Plaisance. You're interrupted by the shopkeep. Yeah, reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, even though she just said that I shouldn't. But not too long. She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects, of course, says our suggestion. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce. Yeah, I was going to say... the underlying... what's the word? The saying, I suppose. Of the customer's always right over here, which is what our suggestion is saying, and then immediately she says an adjacent saying as well, which is time is money. She says time is commerce, which is mostly the same. Well, a little bit more applied to her. It would have a different interpretation. I'm not going to bother with that, though. I think we're good. I'm going to look at other places, but I think we're good. These shelves are overburdened with books from the Dame series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. You look through the display of books. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. That sounds like bad. Actually, that does sound like just bad crime novels, to be honest. Wouldn't you focus on that? That sounds like the best part of creating, like if you're creating a cop. I mean, I suppose this is probably more a statement on classic police work than anything else. Or police crime dramas rather than police work. But if you want to create a character who's nuanced, you just add the fact that they're being bombarded with people who are super upset all the time, and then just easy. Any person will be interesting after you just put, like, you can be the most boring person in the world. Just put yourself into that situation. You're gonna be interesting because you're gonna have stuff to deal with. Self-reflection is gonna be one of them. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family, which is another thing that I would expect to, like, have you ever watched Die Hard? That's like that's the only thing really that's the only stress that is applied. To be fair, it's only the family stress in Die Hard, but anyway, not the first movie, mind you, the second one and the third. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like to list the books, a list of the books found on the shelf? Oh god, no. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen. I wonder if Dick Mullen is a reference. I was trying to think of, what's that famous Sherlock Holmes? That's the one. So we have this one that we didn't go through, and we're not gonna go through. Either that or she closed the door. I think I didn't go through. I think I'll see you later, maybe?
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool?
I did, didn't I? I thought it was obvious. I tried to smash through the door by using pure physical force. You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at books. She fiddles with her pendant. Go to them. Them very bad. Bye. Okay. Well, her daughter is still outside, I would assume. She's replying to me based on my choice that I did yesterday, so it's fine. I understand where you're coming from, lady. I understand how video games are programmed.
Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
That's the case for many things that fall from the sky. Okay, so we are everywhere. Let's look at our journal instead. The smoker asked around. Yeah, I know. Joyce's info on the lynching. There is something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with a badge to hear it. Or, perhaps, if you did her a favor, she could waive the formality off. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. Joyce is the lady on the ship over there, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't really say over here. Wait. That's our stats right there. Sorry Cop 12. Communist 9. Good Cop, Bad Cop 10. How does that work? People killed what? Oh, that's the other stats. Sorry Cop 12. Ah, well. Oh, and we got the 4 factions. Moralist is really interesting. The other ones are more just plainly obvious in regards to just how close they are to real life. But moralist is I don't know what that is. I think that's just liberal. In the I think that's just liberal in the sort of late 20th century meaning of the word, rather than whatever it has meant throughout the ages, and specifically rather than what it might mean to some people, because to some people, people think that communists are liberals, which is not correct. Or some people think that fascists are liberals, which in Australia it might. And let's not. Anyway, the point is, I think that's what it is, and I believe that's what the cops are, or just the status quo is. So we haven't done much over there, but I'm gonna go to Joyce because I want to make sure. First off, I want to make sure that she doesn't say anything. Can you run? Game is very chuggy. Why are you very chuggy, game? Is it because of the snow? I think it might be because of the snow. Also, I'm coming here because I do need to go into that building anyway, if I want to find the smoker. Or any leads on the smoker. Hey!
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I don't know, Joyce. I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Word has traveled, yes, but nothing of real substance has surfaced yet, I gather. She smiles and then explains. Wild Pines has eyes on the intersection, but not ears. It appears we're being monitored every step we take, colleague, the lieutenant shrugs. Did we have any other business here? Do you know anything about these tattoos? I'm gonna show her the photo. That's the man who was killed. She almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we have cleared the lynching question. So you know something about the tattoos? Better not to tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there's something else I can help you with. She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it, says our empathy. Well, you know what? By the way, I talked to Everard, Claire? Anyway, you have? She smiles carefully. And how did you like Mr. Clare? He's a beautiful man. Beautiful and just. Just as in from justice. I don't think there's another understanding of, another interpretation of what that word might mean. It's just weird. I don't usually see that word being used like that. Let's see what we have. Evart is a hero of the workers' movement. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I wish I remembered what rainbow socialism means. Did we not see this already in this game? I believe it is an actual thing. It's like a reference to a real thing. I don't know what it is. I'll look into that. Actually, I probably should know that if I'm going to make a choice here, but I'm not going to make an informed choice. I could do business with him for a socialist. He's reasonable. He's not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. Capital C and capital C. It's not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. Well, very definite options here. All of them. I don't know what this one is. I want to learn about it, so I'm gonna say he's a bloated rainbow socialist, and I hope we'll learn what rainbow socialism is. But I don't think we will. Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Oh, or wait. Actually, she answers her own question. Corruption, that's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption reaching into the bowels of the earth. She looks at the ground and nods. The position on my unusual, Kim says, the position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides. Oh, au contraire, Kim. Au contraire. In the sense that it absolutely is picking sides, in not if you're not fighting, it's like, it's even more obvious than what I was going to say. I was going to say if you just don't fight the status quo, you're picking a side already. But that's, like, in this case, it's even more obvious. I don't need to make any real-world connections or any sort of mention to real-world politics here. He's corrupt, and Joy, like, Kim is definitely admitting that he's corrupt because he's siding with Joyce, and Joyce herself said he was corrupt. I think I might be misunderstanding. Am I misunderstanding where Kim is coming from? The point is, if he's corrupt and you're not fighting him, you're taking sides. Even by doing nothing. Like, that should be obvious. Joyce says, of course, and I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I am a corrupt worm myself. She turns to you. However, if you felt like discussing something... How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping. She smiles. Yes, oh no, our necktie is talking to us. Your disgusting tie agrees completely. Let's gossip. Let's see. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. I didn't. Did I? Turned up the heat? What? I didn't put the booze in there. I told him to not. I'm gonna say that, nah, I shouldn't. I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind. I'm very concerned about the gun, but I'm not gonna say anything about that. Of course, detective. She simmers down. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? Nope, I don't think there is. I believe I might be at a standstill. Not really at a standstill, but we might be... I might just not know at all where we're supposed to go. This is the building that... I think this is the building where multiple... yeah. There's multiple apartments. That's to the balcony. And that's the exit. So that goes upstairs where that lady was making graffiti. Or graffito, as the game calls it. Or somehow. And then we have a lot of doors over here that we need to open. We haven't spent much time today, which is interesting. But we have spent all the time that we have in the in like real time, just not in game. So I guess we're gonna have to come back next episode because for right now I'm Colonel RPG and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye bye.